Welcome back to Brighthelm Recording, travelers of the internet. This is Master Barkle with Pillars of Eternity. We're refreshing ourselves on what we were supposed to do, and I remember now we're supposed to go to find Merowald, the Old Watcher, so that I can learn about my new Watcher powers at, Cadnua. We need to train and become better. All that whatnot. So let us head off, traveling all the way to Cadnua. A lovely castle, I hear. It's got a lovely bridge. Cheerful people. Just off the side of the path into Cadnua stands an imposing figure. A tall, thick-set Amawa, clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hand is a small piece of charcoal, and it works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has to reach up to prevent his colorful cap from falling off his head as he gazes upwards. So he's recording something. What are you doing over there? The man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin, and he waves the parchment in greeting. Killing time, if I'm honest. I've already walked the perimeter twice. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks just there. Workers and masons. I expect carving a little immortality for themselves. He looks up at the wall again, expression fond. It's a fine keep, Cadnua. 2 centuries to its name and abandoned for nearly as long.
But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Merowald, but it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
Well, I came here looking for Merowald as well.
Truly? Then perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I've never seen the like. I didn't want to risk it alone, but you seem capable. Together, I'm sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Merowald.
Amazing.
I seek a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of the Rauatai, but we possess only a fragment of it. A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I uncovered evidence that leads me to believe the original lies just there, beneath the keep.
Why would it be here? Precisely. That is the very question, he laughs. It is a long and twisting tale, my friend. As all good chance should be, I can tell you more if you wish it in time. Well, let's go meet Merowald then.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Ah, wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Wondrous teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exometal they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for.
Uh-oh.
I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
Looks like you got a gun, as well as a sword. I feel like a boomstick work better than sword. What do I know? Well, I'll keep an eye out.
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
So, what is he? Chanter, 4th level, Island Amawa. Cool. Pretty strong boy. Pretty strong. Pretty smart boy too. Wow, already a 9 lore. Interesting. What have we got around the castle? We haven't entered foot into the perimeter itself. We got like a little huntsman's house out here or something. One shuttered cask still smells faintly of ale, long spilled into the dirt. Looks a little run down. Thought they said he fixed this place up. It's very, very nice looking walls here, but they're missing some vital parts that most castle walls would like to have, like machicolations, you know.
Looks like this place has been abandoned for years.
Pretty sure it's what it's called, machicolations. Yeah, those walls ain't looking so good over there. Well, this building looking overrun there. This trapdoor has been battered by the elements. Tugging on the rusted handle only produces a heavy rattling.
Leave our village! We've done nothing to you!
Sorry, this looks more like a castle to me, sir. I think you're in the wrong place.
You can't do this!
Spectral smoke churns all around you. At first you can see nothing except the haze, but gradually you make out the wizened hunched shape of an elven man. His face and bone-thin arms are smeared with paint. Is this are they Glanfathans? Just listen to what he has to say.
This is our village, our home! The Nine Claws have lived here almost 50 generations. We were here long before your kind brought war to our lands. You can't just burn it all!
Well, I'm not burning anything right now, so I'm very sorry to hear that.
Have mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone! You can't burn us all because of them!
I'm not a soldier. I was a farmer over in the Living Lands. You ever had Rollen Tall Stag bananas? I heard they were really great, but you know, I never tried them myself. He reaches out to you and opens his mouth to say something, but all that emerges is a series of violent coughs. He falls to his knees, choking on the thickening smoke. Flames overtake the vision as you back away. Oh, poor guy. Oh, one place has doors. That's nice.
Death to our enemies.
But loot edges grow in shaggy heaps shot through with weeds and tall grasses. It's a lovely garden. Only weeds grow in this dusty patch. Like, these walls look mostly finished. Repaired. Maybe Merwald is it's a work in progress. You know? Frayed lengths of rope and a few flint chips are scattered across this workbench. You can't go into many of these places. This looks like a workshop once. Tangled wires and broken gears litter these wooden boxes. It's like an Adra hand right here around this building here. One side of the pillar is graven with hundreds of whorls and ridges. Even under a layer of grime and moss, the Adra gleams. Adra hand. It's really big, gotta say. Lizard skins, knuckle bones, and teeth of various sizes lie among the weeds. I feel like Kana's just staying with me now. He's got a lovely voice.
You must gather your party
What are
before
you doing,
venturing forth.
Tonk? Silly turd. You found a rabbit or something. Ooh, treasure.
Clearly of a deer and make. They like their archways.
Ooh. That's pretty nice sword. -3 to will. +2 to constitution.
Not a problem.
The grey and brown pelts of mice flit between the boards. The braziers' chains are rigid with rust. Yeah, everyone's getting frostbite now. That ain't so fun. Not allowed in this area. Wonderful. Whoop. Well, I'm not there at the end of the Great Hall. Anyways, as you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble. Its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's back, watching over the room with hollow eyes. At your approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate, as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air.
Another watcher in Cadnua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
I'm looking for Mayor Wald.
As am I. If you should happen to find him, I would be glad to know of it. Each day his absence brings new dust to my halls, new cracks to my stones. It's shameful is what it is. The Earl would never have let it come to this. You are free to search for him here. I will unbar the way.
Okay. Where can I find him? Wait, why are you talking to me? That's a weird throne.
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins. One of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul.
Brought up from the ruins.
Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
Interesting. So these were your halls? So is this your castle or Mayor Wald's castle? Or are you simply, like, in the system?
Not as a land is its lord's. More as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent.
Magnificent. It is. Or it was.
When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it. To go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth's usher finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
So Bereth, I did some reading. Bereth is god of death, basically. So Bereth's usher, she was on death's door. She was, getting old.
The Earl of Yenwood, the original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Ere Glanfarth refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath.
I'm willing to call BS because we're always seeing some ghosts, and that guy definitely looked like Glanfarthen, and he looked like he definitely wanted to defend this. He said, "Leave us alone, soldier," and all that.
He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below the keep. They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem. Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
Wow, what did he find?
An endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction. but he would never come to learn more than that. Vile things had taken residence there, vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep and slew its residents, the Earl among them.
Uh-oh.
After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Meowall's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was.
Would be nice.
I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
I don't necessarily know about that. Like, it's an alright castle. And, like, it's just got a bad history is all. It doesn't mean you can make a good history now. The castle's redeemable, I'm sure.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been, so he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we've made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Interesting. He's got servants? Would the shadows his servants?
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Because if it was the shadows, I do apologize. I didn't know they were his servants and all that. Treasury is empty. Meowall, you know, in order to have a castle, you need rich money, and frankly, you don't got it. She opened this door for me, so I assume this is the way to go. Oh, mother. Hello.
Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
As you draw nearer, the apparition in front of you resolves into an elven woman. Her stringy hair is tied back, and she tugs at a loose thread on her apron. There's a distant hollow look in her eyes until she notices you. I'm not playing soldier, though. That's the second time I've been accused of soldier. And pea shucking? What do I look like, a farm? Oh, wait a minute. She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. And no complaints. You gotta eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day. Just like we agreed, right? She watches you out of the corner of her eye. I'm not gonna say nothing to her. That's weird.
Soldiers are important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
Ooh. Sweet lore. Remind me what happened to my father? Hey, guys, don't mind me doing this. This is just Watcher stuff. You wouldn't understand.
Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
I see.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge. Why don't you go back out and play? I'll finish up here.
Really want me to be a soldier, huh? Oh. I'm not gonna go out, but I'll go down and play soldier. Whoop some ghosty goo butt. Yeah. Oh, or spiders. My bad. There's a few spiders out here, isn't there? Okay.
New orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
Oh, now I'm a lieutenant? My, I'm rising through the ranks already. A spectral man arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Aedir's insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable, like a soldier.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch.
Is this about the fires from that guy earlier?
The instructions come from Admet Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't.
Dang, that's I feel like that's war crimes, but this is different world, different laws, all that, yada.
It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts.
I feel like it'll encourage future conflicts.
I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, we're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
Indeed he will. But that night was long ago, so you're speaking in the wrong timeline, sir. Camping still not allowed.
We'll take those farmers by surprise.
Uh-oh. He looks Glanfathen.
Almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
Interesting.
Don't worry. Everyone remembers the raid was your idea. The Rio had to go along with it after you got the rest of the clan riled up. No one wants it said that the Nine Claws were too cowardly to stand with the rest of the tribe when the foreigners desecrated our ruins.
The Rio? Ragged stripes of paint on his face twist as he laughs. You may not like them, but they're still our elders, for now. Dead gray tooth peers from between his lips. That was clever, drawing the support of the community first. By the time you approached the Rio, they had no choice but to support us. There's no doubt you'll join their ranks one day, so long as no farmer's pitchfork fails you tonight.
The tribes need more leaders like you. Women who value deeds over words.
Okay. Alright. So I'm now a woman?
You were right. We were too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all.
Interesting. What's behind this door?
A simple test. That's settled.
Oh, cutscene.
No. Keep away from us. Leave us!
A large, liver-spotted man, barrel-chested and paunchy, cowers in the far corner of the room. His white hair a tangled, stringy mess. He covers his face and chest with trembling hands, unable to look in your direction.
Maybe we should come back later?
Are you Merwald? He looks up over his hand, the muscles around his eyes twitching, and begins whispering to himself in sharp hisses as though having an argument. All at once he stops shaking, a sudden calmness falling over him. His head tilts forward slightly, and he looks you dead in the eye like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Mayor Wald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
Well, I'm the Watcher, though, sir. I want training.
Mayor Wald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance. or you'll have me to answer to.
I want to be able to know how to work the spirits. I want to capture them all.
Come to speak to Mayorwald. Mayorwald, whose touch is poison. Mayorwald, who knows not his effect.
Well, sounds like a pretty powerful sorcerer instead of a wizard. Well, I'm a watcher. I was told by Caldara, a dwarf woman, Gilded Veil. And about a tablet of some worth after that, once you two are finished, of course.
A window. Window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Peer and reach into it. Speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead, an empath, and the souls see them back. Used it to help beings in both realms, did I. What the gods wanted of me, thought I.
The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged.
His voice has changed again, becoming strong.
It was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
So... is this what I do? Do I just live out the ghosts around? Because that's what it seems like to me, because he's talking about removing the foreigners, and he sounds kind of like the raider I saw out there. So I'm guessing that maybe this is how Watchers act. Man, I am so embarrassed. All these people I thought were friends, had to watch me do that.
Little I knew.
You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
An awakening. How could a simple awakening have driven you to this? Oh.
Many lifetimes we have. Souls enter womb and exit corpse. Carry with them all experiences, all knowledge, all identities. Yet we do not remember. Hidden from us. What end? What end? Only the gods know. Certain things can stir memories from lives long buried. Awaken the old memories, the old personalities.
That's wonderful.
Memory, personality, identity, any might resurface. Or all.
And all is what happened to you? I'm guessing. Wait a minute. Aloth? Are you also a watcher? Because he did talk in He'll speak to those farmers in Gilded Vale. It seemed like it was a completely different person, and he was like, "Oh, it's just miscommunication." I was like, "Sure it was, sir." Aloth. Oh, and I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now.
Ghosts of the mind. Mayorwald has lost control. Mayorwald's body no more.
The spirits I passed. What are they?
Spirits, and not spirits. Always whispering to Mayorwald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep. Watchers see memories before them, form them from the essence of their own souls. Once Mayorwald awakened, he could not make them leave. Gave them more form, not less.
So those are memories from your previous lives? Your soul's previous lives? Because if that's the case, you're quite the adventurous spirit. You jumped on both sides of the Broken Stone War. Whew.
Troubled memories, angry memories, pulling Mayorwald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier, soldier and marauder, how could they know?
Was it Marauder first or Soldier first? I feel like Marauder was first. Because the Raider didn't mention anything about Broken Stone War, whereas the Soldier did mention Broken Stone War was ended, and this is like a new war. How many wars happen here in this short period of time? And short period of time as in like within 50 years maybe? Let's assume the Marauder got killed during the war, 24. So Soul jumps into a new baby who's going to be a soldier. So like another, let's say 18 years before the next war. I guess that's a more reasonable gap if you look at our own histories. Why do these past lives still trouble you?
My fault. All my fault. Soldier and marauder. Soldier and marauder and Mayorwald. No forgiveness for what's past. No undoing what's done. No sleep. No sleep for the Watcher.
I agree. Yeah, it's been kind of hard getting sleep. Every time I click on the camp button, it's like, you may not allow to rest in this area.
War there was all around. War of stone.
Yep.
War of tree.
Okay, second war was about trees. Okay. Seems like a elf war to me. War of Tree. Ah, of course, the Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. This was in the early period of Iderian colonization, fighting between the Deerwood colonists and the native Glanfathans, you see. But that was a long time ago.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the 9 claws. Claws of 9. Worse what we did to the women.
Uh-oh.
For love of the gods. The gods' love. For their love.
I met one of your memory spirits. There was talk of raiding a village. Harold's voice becomes raspy and he is somewhere else in place and time, speaking to someone unseen.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Adia bitch an heir that belongs in Air Glodfath.
Ooh. Yikes. Merwold cringes himself again, watching something he can't bear to see, shaking his head over and over. He wails. His soul is marked by flame, and those marks will never heal. His trial has broken him, but better than that, to live in weakness. Like, do we judge him based on that? That doesn't make much sense to me, because that's a whole different life. Terrible things happen in war, that is true, but I don't think that should happen. Living with what you've done is its own penance, but it's not necessarily that Mayorwald's done it. It's a matter of his past lives have done it. Like, is that like a trait that just sticks with the soul? Like, it's weird. Go on.
The boy. The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for Marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder and the boy. Marauder and soldier.
Uh-oh. So the Marauder had done a not so cool thing on a mother, or on a woman in general, and made the boy, the soldier that we've been hearing about. Yikes. Yeah. That ain't so fun. A baby conceived by the raider? What do you mean it was a vessel for him?
For the soul. Marauder's soul, same soul, one soul. Boy's soul, Marauder's soul, raised in lies and vengeance. Raised to soldier, raised for the fire, born for the fire.
Then that was his mother I met in the keep. She told him his father was killed by the raiders.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the Nine Claws clan in the last war are still unavenged. But the gods are just. They have led me here. In my father's name, every one of you will burn. Light it.
Oh. He didn't feel any remorse for doing that. Boy, the Usher's cricket bond. Yeah, you gotta be a watcher, or you're awakened. Can awakening just happen to anyone? Merowald's shoulders slump. He rocks back and forth, agitated. He mutters to himself, oblivious to your presence.
Soldier and marauder, lies and vengeance, and dead villages. All dead. All dead. What for? What for?
I don't think we're meant to know.
How little we know.
That is true. I've seen those memories and apparitions elsewhere, too.
Oh, no, 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 no. You too.
Don't say that.
You too.
Oh, don't say that. All at once, in spite of his abject misery, his expression changes to one of utmost sympathy. Poor man. Poor man.
They will take you too.
What exactly does he mean? Surely something can be done. You're saying I'll end up like you.
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep?
Okay. How do you tell a spirit from a memory?
Fragmented are memories. Stuck in time. Mindless, cruel, never far.
If I'm awakened to a past life, how would that have happened?
You were reminded of it. Strong memories, lingering lives, they dwell near the surface, waiting to be remembered, waiting to take your mind for their own. Meyerwald sat at his hearth and watched his fire, watched the wood burn. Then came the memory of another fire and burning wood and screams.
There must be some way to make these memories go away.
No. Always there. Always remembered. Can't forget. Can't unsee.
I did just remember. Someone caused this. They wore masks and spoke of books and keys and a queen. There was a man there. He seemed familiar to me.
Keys of lead. Books of burden. Queens that were. Known to me are they. The leaden key.
The leaden key. Is this some, like, gang stuff now? Well, you need to make sense. The leaden key? It seems we share an enemy, Rollen Tallstag. Assassins and Watcher Wakers, both. They certainly keep busy. What can you tell me about this leaden key?
Secrets and deceptions and schemes. Who knows their answers? Not they. Not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of Watchers, hatred and fear. Much we see. Threat to secrets.
So I'm gonna get assassins now. Man, I didn't get into politics, though. Who is this queen?
Woodica, goddess, crown shattered and body burned. Binder of oaths and grudge holder. Bearer of justice. But whose?
If the leaden key had caused my awakening, could they undo it?
Many secrets do they keep. awaken? Mayhap. Who else if not they?
Gods, maybe? Could I get the attention of the gods somehow? Let them know, hey, shine your light upon me. Durance, any help with Margaret? No?
City of Defiance. Never far from the Queen.
Well, I guess I'll go and search for a lead key.
Sleep well. Sleep
well.
Hold! I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me.
Oh. I'd sooner do a lot of things than take orders from a
Your
lunatic.
betrayal is for nothing. Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first trophy, and they have granted it. Beg for the Seeker God to grant you a quick death.
Oh, he wants war. Okay. Oh, back it up, Aloth. Back it up. Durance there. Tonk, get in here.
It's time to get a campfire going, and let sleep follow.
There's a change in the air of the keep. What was thick and suffocating feels to you somehow more breathable, as though yielding to a conquering invader. Mayor Wald's body lies inert. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. There is something unique about this soul in this place. A bond formed in decades of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you. As though even in death, the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. Roland Tolstag was granted Speaker to the Restless. In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you as a frayed rope, ghostly and alive, its frayed ends writhing like tide pool anemones, and you find that if you concentrate on it, you have the ability to manipulate its strands. I don't know if I want him as an eternal warden. Because he could... I feel like he'd backstab me or something. Because he's crazy. I'm sure he didn't want to fight me there, but he fought because he's dumb, I guess, or awakened. I don't know if I want to draw upon the energy of him and level up, maybe? I don't know. Because that could just put memories in me and make me awaken earlier. Or I could sever the rope and allow Merwald to pass. I feel like that really is the best way. Could I, like... Yeah, just sever it. Strand by strand, the connections fly apart like the overstressed strings of some ethereal instrument. With the tearing of the final string, the rope becomes liquid and dissolves from your awareness. Merwald's soul hovers near you, a vortex of strife and discord, but there is something else there beneath it. Something like relief. His soul passes through one of the walls and is gone. Interesting. Well, dude, he had sweet loot. He had a grimoire. That's cool. You can take that, Alof.
A simple test. That settled.
Morning.
A simple test.
More.
That settled.
More money. That's
Not a problem.
good deal of money. The sickly sweet smell of rot rises from this half-eaten fruit. A worn book lies on the table, its pages filled with nonsensical scrawls.
Poor Mayor Wald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
He was weak. I won't end up the same way. That's the spirit. We'll have a look at the church he talked about. I look forward to finding out just what the Leaden Key's involvement is and all this is. Me too, I guess. Me too. Let's take a rest here first. Do we think it's... I think it's spirits around here.
You cannot wait that older set? I don't want to discuss it.
Alright, you want to discuss it? Like, I'm sure we could figure out what's wrong with you, Aloth. Spear. Interesting. Oh, we got beetles? So it would be a shame to just leave this castle about with no master.
I can do that. That's
Feel we should definitely, you know, since Gilded Vale is, you know, they kind of don't want me around anymore because of, you know, Radric's kid was Hollowborn or all that whatnot. I figure I could just, you know, take this castle, you know, squat up on it for a little bit at least. I could fix it. There's plenty of material lying about. Maybe I could get some more and,
You better,
you know, fix up the nice place. It could be a wonderful castle. It just requires a bit of love and tables, ladders, and chairs. At least I believe that's the expression. A shimmering wall of energy extends across this doorway like a curtain. It repels forward movement. Perhaps the voice in the throne upstairs knows more. Okay. Plenty of money. Liking that I'm finding money everywhere. It's really nice. Cobblestones and bricks are bound to the rusted old cart by thick spider webs. Boots of evasion. Maybe a reflex bonus. There's a bunch of spider web corpses over here. Gotta be some real big spiders down here. Oh, yep. That's a big spider. Wow. What's all this ornate piece, huh? Stairs. Alrighty, steward.
I felt Mayor Wald's passing. You slew him.
Well, the old fool was barking mad. I did him a favor.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayor Wald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
I feel like this is permission to keep the castle now. And curse, what does a curse mean? It's just fairy tales. You feel that same emanation of warmth and energy in the air. And it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad that is. How good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Mayor Wald never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. Well, I mean, I feel like I could just head out the western and then walk around the castle. Bless me. I could make arrangements to have it repaired, if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it. For what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. Huh, what did you mean when you said this keep was cursed? Mayor Wald's curse was his own. A watcher's curse. Oh, so, alright, I'm cursed to begin with. But his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep. Or rather, far beneath it. At least, such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place. For what spirit still lingers in the endless paths oft speak of a master below? Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Iderian colonists, onward beasts rise from the endless paths until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below, this master, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Cadnua a barren ruin and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths! That, my friend, is where I must go, where we must go. If you will go with me, whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Idarian. That would be nice. But what? The endless paths of Ad-Nua. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. There we were warned by the Glanfathans that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, though. At the time, we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Nguithan named Ad-Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels in with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasure. Oh, now we're talking the same language. The promise of Nguithan relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers to their deaths, I fear. Aww. So, do I just humble myself and say, so I'm the owner above, sir, and you can stay the master below. And like maybe he leaves me. He doesn't like rivals, you say. Like, can we just like demote you, throne, to throne, and then me be called steward of above? I feel like if we didn't share some of the same title, he'd be more reasonable with me. But I could be mistaken, I guess. Who is this master below? I could not say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the Endless Paths, the Nguithan tyrant, Ad-Nua. Some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. Okay. I cannot imagine such remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more, but what is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen, while below, the hand of the great statue Ad-Nua constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Ad-Nua himself. I didn't see it below. I saw it above, over by a ruined building in the courtyard. And I guess it was only his fingers, but I didn't see the rest of the hand. No. How do I repair the Barbican? Mayor Wald set aside materials for the Barbican, and they are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, we will need coin for supplies and labor. What does being Master of Cadnua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. I am certain you are more than up to the task. Well, time to find the queen that was in this city of Defiance. You must know, this queen you're looking for, Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mequins of Idea haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wodika. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Mayor Wold kept a ledger, as it happens, and I have taken the liberty of updating it. You could take a look if you wish. Let me see what repairs I can make, huh? Then we'll get underway at once. The steward's voice belies a giddy excitement. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of many great undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Mayor Wald's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I am pledged to your aid, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can make your will known to me, if you but reach out. Oh, but first, of course, the Barbican. Oh, purchase. Okay, alright. BAM! Completed. Done. Wow. That didn't take long at all. I feel like I want Bright Hollow restoration first. Allow you to rest. That sounds nice. Having a bed. Whew. Oh, but a main keep. That would allow me to host parties and whatnot. Warden's Lodge, Woodland Trails. Yeah, we need Bright Hollow first. Finished in 2 days. I have to wait on that. But I just got the Eastern Barbican done. Oh, Chinokri. Well, this was an interesting episode of Pillars of Eternity. We've got ourselves a castle once again. Or, I mean, once again? No, we were a farmer before. We'd never had a castle before. This has been an interesting finding out of the Watcher and, knowing that I'll go mad one day. And Aloth's probably already on that path, but he doesn't want to admit to me that he's a Watcher and all that. This reminds me of an interesting quote. A neurotic is a man who builds a castle in the air. A psychotic is the man who lives in it. A psychiatrist is the man who collects the rent. This is Master Barkle from Brighthelm Recording, signing off.